Hi everybody, Kristina Wolf here, and welcome again to Energy Mastery, creating systems that support your best life. Today we have with us Adamaris Mendoza. And would you like to tell our listeners a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Hi. Nice to be here with all of you. Like you said, my name is Adamaris, and I am a psychotherapist, and I'm also a money mindset and business success coach. So I have years of experience also in business. I have a bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in accounting. So I have over 16 years in experience in the industries of insurance and banking and real estate, as well as psychotherapy and coaching.
Wow, that's really awesome. Very well-rounded. That's awesome.
Thank you.
What is your primary focus now with some of your clients?
My primary focus when I am coaching my clients is to move them from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. And I know for a lot of people, those terms seem a little abstract, but in reality, what I want people to move through is to realize that, there is abundance. The resources that we have in the world are illimited. So you don't have to just, think that I can charge just a little bit of money because people can't pay. So I basically focus on women entrepreneurs to realize that they can charge their worth. Okay, they don't have to charge based on the economy or based on what other people charge. You charge based on your knowledge and based on the experience that you bring and the results that you can get your clients. So you charge based on the results, not on an hourly basis or what the going rate is. And that's what I focus on with my clients, is to guide them so that they can shed those old stories, those old limiting beliefs that are stored in their subconscious, so that they can move forward and basically live the life of their dreams.
And so you think that the concept of the value that they bring to the people that they're serving, that can apply not just to money, but to their own personal self-worth. I think they're all tied in together, right? Go ahead.
Yes, correct. Everything is tied up, because if you don't have self-worth, if you don't think that you have value to bring to the table and to offer others, then you are basically you're not going to feel comfortable charging what you should charge. And you are always going to undercharge, and you're always going to be, month to month. And you're going to be stressed out, and you're not going to know where your clients are going to come from, and you're not going to know where your income is going to come from. So that's going to keep you stuck in a life of stress. And that stress is going to transfer from your business life to your personal life, and it's going to transfer to your kids, to your spouse, to your friends. So your quality of life is really not going to be the best.
So what do you think are the biggest blocks that most people have when they come to you for service?
Okay, I'm going to try to narrow them down to 3, although there is a lot more to the story, but I'm going to try to be concise and narrow it down to the 3 most important ones that I see in my clients and in myself, because I had to go through this myself. And one of them is, what are your feelings about money? Because people think of money as just a thing, right? It just money. I can buy stuff, I can buy a house, I can pay my bills, but money in reality is energy, and it's an energy transfer. When you're receiving money for your services, it's really an exchange of energy, that the client is giving you their energy and you're giving them your energy. And your feelings about money really affect that process. Your actions are driven by how you feel at the moment that you're making the decision. So when you're making a decision, you really think sometimes you're going by a plan and pros and cons, and you're using logic, but in reality, you're not. When you're making a decision, you're really basing it on how you feel now versus how you want to feel in the future by the results of your actions. And your feelings have an enormous power. They guide you, okay? They guide your decisions, and your memories turn into beliefs, okay? And those beliefs create those powerful feelings that drive your actions. So old stories that were created when you were growing up basically today decide what you do in your business and in your life. So you have to pay attention and at those feelings about money? Do you have worries about paying bills? Are you constantly stressed out because there's not enough in the bank account? Where is this coming from? Because, you know, maybe when you were growing up, your parents had the same struggles, so it just transferred to you. It's not necessarily something that it's true, but that's what you experience and that's what's in your subconscious. So if you're always worried and anxious about money, that's going to transfer in your business, and it's going to transfer in how much you charge. Okay. Another one that I see a lot, especially now, the industry, especially the coaching industry, is going virtual, is going online, is going video, you know, because it just gives better connection with everybody, with your clients, with your potential clients. You can connect better. And if you feel invisible, okay, that is going to be a problem when you want to put yourself out there. Okay, and instead of owning all the special gifts and all the special attributes that you have, because we all have experiences, we all have knowledge, we all have gifts and talents to give to other people, but instead of owning that, because we, you know, feel invisible, and sometimes we want to feel invisible, and maybe because, you know, when we were a child or a teenager, we tried to be visible, we tried to express to other people how awesome we are, and we got shut down. Maybe our parents were too busy, so they were like, you know, I can't really pay attention to you right now. I need to go to work. I need to do this. And you were shut down. So you learn that it's better to just be invisible and not go out there and offer your services. And you know that if you are an entrepreneur, you have to be very comfortable going out there and offering your services and telling people how you can help them. So you have to own your gifts. If you feel invisible, or if that's something that makes you feel comfortable being behind the scenes, then that's going to make it very, very difficult for you to have a successful business. And another one that I see a lot is that people think that they don't deserve money. Okay. And for example, do you say any of the statements to yourself? I'm not smart enough. You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm not smart enough. There's like a bajillion, I just made up that term, but it kind of applies. A bajillion people, you know, have more degrees, more certifications, more experience than me. So I'm not good enough, or I'm not unique or special. Like, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I don't have the right hair. You know, I don't have the right connections. I don't have money, you know, or I have a really hard time asking to get paid. I don't know how to ask to get paid. I'm embarrassed. I feel like I don't deserve to ask people for money. Maybe they don't have as much money. So I feel kind of uncomfortable asking for money because maybe they're going through a difficult situation. So it embarrasses me to ask. Or you worry that people won't like what you offer, that people will say, well, I'm not interested. And then you're worried about rejection. Because that's it's like a fourth one, but it's a big one when you don't feel you deserve money because you feel you're going to be rejected if you go out there and offer your services. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, especially in the coaching industry, you cannot be afraid of rejection because, you know, it's a percentage game. You know, you're going to offer your services to X amount of people, and then to get 1 or 2 clients or 3 or 4 clients that are going to match or align with you. So you have to get good at perceived rejection, which in my point of view is not real rejection. It's just those people were not aligned to work with you, and they're better off working with somebody else because the result of working together was not really going to be fruitful for them or you. So it's not real rejection. It's just, okay, we're not aligned, so let's go to the next one who might be aligned.
Yeah. So overall, what I'm hearing is that the root of all of these points is you need to be very confident in yourself. You have to know your value. You have to feel confident in speaking to others and confident that you are bringing something of value to the world so that other people are going to be willing to pay you for it. And you believe that you deserve what you're being paid. So it's definitely mindset. I would definitely say if you're for new entrepreneurs, we've discussed this a little bit, you know, they might have a very idealistic view of the industry. And then once they start digging in and it starts getting hard, or they come up against some rejection, as you say, that's when all the sabotaging thoughts start coming in. And so how would you redirect those entrepreneurs that are already in the middle of it and ended up having some issues, they're stalling out, or they're letting their self-sabotaging thoughts get to them?
The first thing I would say is don't quit, because you will make it. If you don't quit, big chances are you're going to make it. You just have to keep going. And, sometimes you're going to feel like you take 2 steps forward and then you take 1 step back. But sometimes that's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes the step back just helps you just take a look at what you're doing. And if it's not working, if it's not giving you the results that you want, then you course correct. So what I would tell entrepreneurs is to, first of all, look at mindset and invest in mindset, because a lot of starting out entrepreneurs don't think that mindset is as important in business. And we discussed this, and we think that it's more important to invest in business stuff like computers and more computers and systems and things, programs and subscriptions. But in reality, your mindset, especially how you feel about money, that's why I'm a money mindset coach, because how you feel about money will affect you being successful in the end. You can have all the business gear set up and business coach strategy, but if your mindset is blocking all the results that are going to come from strategy, then you're going to not be successful, and you're going to think that you can't do it. And that's where they are. They get stuck because they think it's not going to work. I've tried and tried and tried, and I've tried the strategy they've told me, and it's not working. So the business coach is giving me the wrong strategy, or maybe I am at fault. I'm just not capable. It has nothing to do with the strategy. Maybe you do need a little bit better strategy, but in reality, it doesn't have to do as much with the strategy or you as a person or being capable of doing it. It's just a mindset. It's just the old stories from the past creeping in from the subconscious, using the ego and your body to stop you from moving on, because your ego wants to be comfortable. So just keep going. Don't think that because you feel stuck, it's the end of the road for you. Just keep going, and also work on mindset so that you can clear those things so that you can move forward. But it can be done.
Mm-hmm. And so you would recommend then, for someone who is having issues with mindset, what other things besides just on their own can they do?
I can recommend, for example, you can read, there's a bunch of books out there that are great on specifically tapping. I really do recommend tapping, and it basically, you use your energetic points throughout your body so that you start clearing those emotions and you start clearing those thoughts. And there's a couple of books out there like The Tapping Solution or Tapping into Wealth that are great resources for entrepreneurs that feel stuck and feel like the beliefs and their thoughts are keeping them behind, because when you're feeling anxious and worried, it's very hard to make the right decisions. So you want to start clearing those emotions out and start clearing those thoughts and beliefs so that you physically feel better, and then you're able to clearly make decisions because you can think clearly. And that's, I think, the first step, because under anxiety is hard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you said an anxiety that can creep in and definitely affect your decision making. Go ahead.
Yes, because when you're afraid or you're stuck and you're anxious, what's kicking in is your immune system. Your self-defense mechanism is kicking in, and that's why you're feeling all those anxious, and you're fearful, and you get probably headaches, physically worried about, am I going to make it? Am I going to make enough money? Is this business going to survive? So your body just kicks into self-surviving mechanisms. And so when you are under a surviving mechanism, you are not able to think clearly because your body is trying to survive. And when your body is trying to survive, it shuts down systems that are not important for running or shutting down, because you go to your primal instincts with it, which is, I don't want to be eaten by the lion, so either I run or I hide or I pretend that I'm dead. So you freeze. So it's you run and just close the business and run away, or you're paralyzed, you don't know what to do, so you get stuck, So you don't want to fall under those emotions. You don't want to be operating under the immune system and the survival system. So you want to start shutting down the system and clearing those emotions so that then you can clearly make good decisions for you.
Like a reset, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So in some of these things, like many people already know how, they know the concept, but they aren't doing enough self-check-in to apply these concepts. You want to kind of speak about that a little bit?
Yes, because a lot of times we don't associate, and that's what I find a lot, is that we don't associate business with survival mechanisms. We don't think that that's what's operating. So, when you don't know what's going on in your body, you can't make wise decisions. So, a lot of times, especially new entrepreneurs that don't know how the system or the industry works, and it's a lot of things coming at them at the same time. It's systems that they have to learn, it's marketing that they have to learn, they have to find the money to advertise, they have to find connections, get visible. How do I get visible? How do I get known? There's a lot of things that are coming at you as a new entrepreneur, and it's just, it becomes fear gets activated because your ego wants you to be comfortable. Your ego doesn't really want you in a difficult situation. He wants you safe. So the ego taps into your subconscious and goes like, the last time you felt this, it was bad. So let's close this down, and it activates your nervous system. And then your body becomes part of your subconscious system, giving you stomach aches, migraines, you become ill with the flu. A lot of people get the flu all the time when they're, trying to move their business along, and they don't know why they're getting the flu all the time. And it's your body shutting down so you can rest, because your ego doesn't want you to move forward. So if you know these things are happening and why they're happening, then, you don't have to be afraid and run away or think, I just can't handle this. Then you know what's going on, so you can address the situation. And the first thing you need to do is calm your emotions, because if you don't do that, you're not going to move to the next step. Does that make sense?
And you don't necessarily have to make a big deal out of it. It's just a real simple, maybe a few breathing exercises here and there throughout the day, that kind of thing, right?
Yes, you can do, like I said, tapping is wonderful. That's my favorite method. But I also use meditation because meditation just calms you down and just connects you with source. So it's wonderful. Breathing exercises, tapping, meditation. Exercise is vital because exercise just clears out the toxins in your body and gives you energy so you can think clearly. So exercise is vital. Nature is so important. A lot of times when we get stuck, especially in the virtual business, we are stuck in a room with computers and systems and lights and all that stuff, and we don't leave our room. And we're receiving all those electromagnetic waves and all that stuff into us, and we need to go out in nature. Just take a nature walk so that you can re-energize. That really, really, people don't think about that, but it's really, really important to re-energize and just get energies, waves into you so that you can be more efficient.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Adamaris, thank you so much for all your info and your wisdom. If our listeners want to learn more about what you do, how can they contact you?
They can go to my awesome community. I am the owner of Awesome Community on Facebook, and is for wonderful women entrepreneurs, and is named Unbreakable, Unshakable, and Unstoppable Money-Making Women Entrepreneurs. So if you are one of those, and I think every woman is, join us in our community because we focus on mindset and just clearing those old limiting beliefs and just moving forward.
Okay, and we'll be providing the link for that too, so it'll be easy for everyone to access your group. And thank you again so much for your time. And until then, bye for now.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.